Morning. We are here together in the wee hours of the morning, enjoying this life, enjoying content together, using Restream together in this moment. It's good. I'm not as out of my mind this morning than usual. It's tough. Like, if you do these every morning, I applaud anyone that gets up at 4 or 5 or 6 in the morning and does a broadcast. Good for you. Well done. You've earned your money. What are you currently reading, guys? I was wondering what kind of coffee you were drinking this morning. I'm enjoying mine. They say the best thing in the morning, though, is to drink water. Plenty of water in the morning. So this morning I've been looking at, the rankings of some of the quarterbacks and how much money the quarterbacks make. It's absolutely insane, the money they make. Like Looney Tune money. Why don't we put some music on together? Let's see what we got today. What do I feel like? Maybe some chill? Let's do some chill this morning. I can't handle anything too crazy when I first wake up. This is not bad. It's got a very 80s vibe. Yeah. There's people who must make this music, right? And this is how they make their living. Do what you gotta do, right? To make the money. Show me the money. So right now, it looks like we're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and X. I finally actually posted some stuff on Twitch. Been really lazy with Twitch. Sorry, folks. There's just so many hours in the day. I thought this morning would be wonderful, though, to do some quotes, to look at the NFL, to play a little music, maybe do some motivational videos, but spend a few moments with you this morning and see how you feel. Simone, thank you. I see you there. Simone, what time is it where you are right now? It's funny, I get so many different notifications. All right, so we've got the ranking here of football. Let's see if we can put that up. Yep, it's right here. All right, now can I move this over without causing huge disruption? I did it! It's almost like I knew what I'm doing. It doesn't always go that smoothly. I think I'm getting better at it. Anybody know who that is in the picture? I do. It's going to be interesting to see how he does this year. He was hurt last year. Do you imagine making $55 million a year? $55 million. That's crazy money, right? Crazy money. Like good money. Like make that money once and you're done. You don't ever have to work again. There's immense pressure on these athletes. Someone was saying today that all the athletes are faster, they're smarter, they're quicker, they're well trained. There's a window of where you can make the money. Now, quarterbacks can make money for up to 10 years if you stay healthy. And with the new rules, I think that's pretty easy to do. So, Joe last year didn't have a great year. Let's be real. He spent most of it being injured. Justin Herbert, if you can see it here, let's see if I can make this a little different. Yeah, it's a little better this way. Just squishes me. And then we've got Lamar Jackson, who made $52 million last year. $52 million. That sounds like a good gig to me. Time well spent. I think a base salary for a quarterback now is 1.4 million. That's your first year. And I think if you're like third tier, I think you make 600 to 800,000. And that's what the star players make or used to make in the CFL. Russell Wilson, 49 million this year, guys. Now, the Steelers are getting him for 1 million and a pick. That's it. That's all they're giving up this year. It's not much. If you think about it, for $1 million, they get to enjoy the talents of him. Plus, they have Justin Fields, who I think will still be a great quarterback. He's so young. He could be playing 10 years from now, winning Super Bowls. We don't know. That's the thing, right? Deshaun Watson. I always make it sound like Dijon mustard, right? Cordon bleu. So 46 million and still has not really proven himself yet. This is the year. It's make it or break it, right? But don't worry. Most of these teams don't have themselves locked in. They just don't. Here's, I think, the greatest quarterback ever. I don't care who thinks I'm wrong. I think Tom Brady was great. But I see longevity in this guy here. Let's say that he can play a maximum of 15 years. And the pace that he's at right now, he could win a Super Bowl every other year. That's not out of the realm of possibility. Now, it might be he wins 2 in a row and then he loses 2 in a row. But let's say he just averages every other Super Bowl, he's in contention. And even if he loses a step, he is always going to have teams that will be interested in him. This is still one of my favorite quarterbacks. Randy W. Horton. Face green smiling. Yes. There we go. Randy, how are you, buddy? Now, I don't know if this is the real Randy. I got Randy on one here on Twitch. Well, Randy, good morning to you, sir. How are you? Where are you right now? Are you at work? Loved your broadcast the other day where you talked to the truck driver and provoked him, and you went, I did not provoke him. You were nice to him, and I understand you don't want him killing anybody. Oh, no, wait, simultaneously? Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you. What are you doing right now? Are you busy? Here's what I'm going to do. Even if you come up for a minute, invite guest. There's no pressure either way, bud. But this way I've offered that to you if you want to come up. So Josh Allen this year, I think, has been the most powerful quarterback and done the most by himself. The team is an absolute mess this year. There he is. He's quick. I won't put you through the music in the background, too. There he is. Hey, buddy.
I'm turning off the other streams. Give me just a second.
Okay.
Okay, now they're off.
That was
I was
quick.
hearing 3 voices. It was freaking me out.
Oh, that would be awful.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn the music down for you here.
You're doing a sports deal. Whoop, whoop.
I do a bit of everything. Yeah, sometimes it's music. A lot of it's my mood.
I hear you.
Yeah, you know, the mood I'm in. So tell me about what was going through your crazy brain.
What's that?
Talking to the man on the truck.
Oh, I do that to people all the time.
You have no fear, do you?
What are you going to do? I'm not angry and I'm not violent. I'm just talking.
So
Just
for
normal
you,
talk.
if you were to give a piece of advice, here I'm just gonna get. Let's do one-on-one here, so we're even. There you go.
There
I'll
you
even
go.
put you on the top. You're the man of the plan. Okay, there we go. So, if you were to give somebody a piece of advice on, they just started broadcasting. They've never done what you do or what I do or what we've been doing for years. What are some of the pointers?
Use a phone only, buy nothing.
Okay, but
Number
but
one,
buy a
buy
good phone.
nothing. Just any phone is fine.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anything you can get up a broadcast with. It's the broadcast. The content matters. And if you become someone people like to watch, then you can improve things as you wish. But to start out with, just any good phone. It doesn't have to be that great. About any phone.
I remember that one phone you had. It was good and it was cheap.
Yeah. I use my broadcast now daily. I use a Chinese phone.
And what is it? What's the make? Do you know?
Xiaomi 14.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every day I broadcast using the Chinese Xiaomi phone. It's just
And
perfect.
your broadcasts are clear. So if someone was to purchase that phone, what do you think it would cost in American dollars?
I don't know. They have the same thing in Western world. It's called a Poco. That's much cheaper. This one's a little high because it's very good spec.
Yeah. I'm amazed at the specs you can get.
Yeah,
You know,
even I'm in Saudi. For some reason, they give us higher specs than other people.
really? What do you think that's about?
I don't know. I guess the market here demands higher specs, so they market their products here with a higher spec.
Maybe they don't buy home computers. Maybe you're right. They do 90% of it on tablets and probably phone. I bet there is some logic to it for sure.
It's very weird. Everything that I buy here has a
Hmm.
much better spec than if I bought it in some other country.
So I have several phones. I'm not suffering, but this this is the Ubuntu. I don't know what the model is. I'll give it to you in the specs later. But I paid Canadian $300 roughly for it, and it's got 12 gigs of RAM and it's got a great camera. The microphone on it's okay. It's not great, but it is enough to do a broadcast.
There
And
you
the
go.
truth is, the only two people who really seem to give a shit about quality are people like you and I.
Yeah, I sometimes review my quality, but not often. Like now, I'm just on my HP built-in camera. I'm using the oldest Logitech headset you can use in
Yeah,
the world. This is the first headset everybody's always had.
but it sounds pretty good.
It works.
Yeah, and I'm currently using here. I can even show you because I have two cameras. Let's see here. So right here, this is the Fafine. I've had this forever.
It's a great mic, crisp and nice, and no
Yeah,
cutout. It's actually very good.
and it's got you've got some adjustments at the back here that you can use and fiddle around with it. Do you know why I love it? It is a USB microphone, so you can use it in a dongle like this, right? So let's say
Yeah.
you have just a phone and you want to make you know your sound quality a little better because you're outside, it's all windy, and you want to go over it. You use this. I think you could buy this used now for probably $40 or less. Yeah, bucks means dollars, by the way.
I've
Well,
I'm
everything.
actually my goal in the past few months is
Yeah.
to limit everything. Frazier was here earlier. What's up, Frazier?
Hey, Frazier, how you
I
doing,
was
buddy?
trying to limit everything. I want streamline.
Now,
I don't
why
want
is that?
cables. I don't want connectors. I just want everything simple.
Yeah. So this is the one and only Randy W. Horton. How do you deal with the cynics, the critical, um, the judgers?
Oh no, I don't worry. I don't care at all.
Yeah.
Jealousy. A lot of people are jealous. You can tell by the way they chat and the way they talk and how they carry on. They just have a deep inherent jealousy.
Some of my favorite memories of you broadcasting is we asked, I think some guys at your work, I'm not sure if it was your work or somewhere near your work, and we said, what are you currently grateful for? And they went, salary.
Yeah, everybody's grateful to get paid.
Salary. They couldn't think of anything. And yet, if you asked that same question in the States, you would get some really flowery, my family, this, that. But there, it's very cut and dry, isn't it?
Yeah, he's just happy to have salary.
And a roof over their head. And
Milton
we have
Banana.
we have Ramsey here. Yeah.
Milton Bananas here.
Oh my God! Yeah. Hi, Milton. Good morning. Good to see you, buddy. I had him on the other day.
Yeah. Anyway, I have gotten really simplistic now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just much easier for me.
Now, why is that? You're in all things in your life. Are you becoming a minimalist?
More or less. It's just easier with not. I just really like being a minimalist. I sold almost all my stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
keep a laptop, 2 phones, and that's about
Mm-hmm.
it.
Well, they say with everything that you own, it requires energy to maintain it,
Mm.
right?
I don't
So,
know. I just looked around me and was going, why do I need that? Why do I
yeah.
want that? Why do I need this? And I just got rid of everything.
But if you think about like the Saudi kings and stuff like that, don't they have multiple wives and
Some do, some don't. I
right?
think in
Wouldn't
the older days that was more common, but today, no.
you would think that would be a lot of maintenance, right?
It
I
is. That's a maintenance.
and as you get older, I want to. Here's something I've noticed with myself is things like songs from when I was younger that I maybe didn't care for, like they just weren't in my realm. I listen to them now and go, "Oh wow, that is quite clever." So I just don't think I had the depth at 20 to
I don't know. When
realize.
I was young, I always was a flip side lover. Whatever
Yeah,
the greatest, latest place was, or album or singer, I always enjoyed their flip side. Always had
yeah,
some great music on it.
yeah. But what do you think that is? Is it because we've had more experience?
I have no idea.
Yeah, because there was a Stevie Wonder song and it's called As. And the lyrics are insanely deep. But when I used to listen to it, I think I just heard the beat and the chorus. That's all I really heard.
Mm.
And I heard somebody else sing it and I went, oh, wow. Like this is kind of where I am right now at 60. I also find too as I get older that you wake up more in arthritic pain. I am not what I was by any stretch of the imagination, but I try.
I don't know. I know a lot of tunes, but I don't keep any of the words in my memory at all for no song. I
Do you
listen
listen?
to it
Do,
and it's
do you
over, and
listen to
that's about
music
it.
at all? Or you're
Yeah, I
not a
do.
music? Yeah,
Oh, I do a lot, and no certain gender, every gender, anything you can think of.
yeah.
Milton says, "Is Randy still in Saudi?" Yeah, I'm in Saudi at the office right now.
I hear voices in the background.
There's somebody's got an answering machine. You can see, look, you can see everybody's still here. They're over there working.
Yeah. Oh my God, that you could. I could see they're looking at you like they always give you this look like, what the hell is he doing? What is he doesn't have me on goddamn camera again, does he?
They're
Do you
sitting there
get do
listening
you
to
get
the
along? Do you get along
speakerphone.
with them pretty good?
Yeah, I don't have no problem with nobody.
See, at my work, it was very much like broadcasting. 80% of the people liked me. 20% didn't like me, didn't trust me, wanted to throw me off the bridge, or drag me around the block with a chain on my ankle. Like Yeah. So, but I just got to a point where it was like, you can't please everybody.
I carry myself at a different plane than everyone else. I am who I am. Take it or leave it. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, you're not a phony.
No, I don't care. This is who I am. I'm not
No.
changing for nobody. Nothing's happening.
Yeah.
I am me. That's it. Sorry.
I think one of the things I admired about you most when I first met you was I was like, this guy's getting up, making coffee. He's half dressed. He doesn't give a shit how he looks right now. And he's just talking to the people. And I thought, that's a guy that is happy in the skin he's in. I said, man, I wish I could be that way. Because I was always, I have to look like this. It has to be this angle. You were just roaming around, talking to Earl, doing this. And I thought, there's something to be learned here.
Yeah, I have a trouble watching a lot of broadcasters because I see them and I can just tell it's just like, wow, you're trying so hard. Just relax, be yourself. You've gotten to where you're good at being yourself. There's so many people that can't. They don't know what to do. They can't be themselves. They just can't be natural. And
But it's hard
funny.
though. It's hard though. See, what you do and what a lot of people who are in television or who have done a podcast or a radio show, you're really good at just going in the flow. Like you have no script.
Yeah,
I know you don't. You
never.
just go.
Nobody has one.
You just go on the fly. No. If you're on TV, shit, every goddamn 15 seconds they're wanting you to do something, right?
Uh,
But what I love about you is the spontaneity. You know, and I think you used to be more free willing, or I haven't been watching you as much, but you used to, I think, want to push people's buttons more. Like you would go into places and start asking them things, and you could tell they were just like, "Who is he? Maybe we shouldn't offend him," because they don't know, right?
yeah,
You
I get a
could,
lot of people that are uncomfortable, but I don't worry about it.
no. Do you have any goals for 2024 or goals for suckers?
Salary.
Salary. Salary. I like salary too. I like breathing. Breathing's good. Um,
I have no goals. I have a modular plan that's
yeah.
moving all the time. I have a target that never gets. It just I keep the target rolling around. I don't know.
I've been incredibly blessed with some of the decisions I've made in my life that it's made my life easier than the average person. But these are things I planned out in my 30s. I had a plan from 30. So now I can kind of coast. I have friends around me that will never coast. Like for them to have salary and to breathe and to eat, there was no backup plan.
There's so many people that year after year after year are
Yeah,
always in a dilemma. It's not like a one-time emergency, but they seem to be on an emergency life. I
right.
couldn't live that way. I could not live where every day is an emergency. You know, I can understand there's some things that hit you from the side that can happen, but not every day.
Yeah.
The window ledge needs clean. Maybe I don't know.
When you broadcast, do you broadcast on Twitter?
I recently started using Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook using Prism.
Okay, because right now the majority of my audience, not your audience, is on Twitter.
Hmm.
And it is running now between when I go like this, we're on the vertical or portrait. I
Oh,
am getting 3 times what I used to get when I went landscape. So I think for you, when you do yours, is yours vertical because it's on your phone, right?
no, I turn my stuff sideways. Fraser said it's your windowsill that's dirty.
What does that mean?
Your window seal, the bottom of your window is dirty.
Oh, it is. He's right. It is. It is dirty. It is dirty. Yeah. Where I am, I've made. Okay, so I have a portion of where I live. This used to be. Oh my God! Say 30 years ago, used to be a balcony, and it's a very long, narrow area. It's kind of echoey, actually. Not you. I guess if you had children, you could have one sleep in here. But it's if I was to put my arms out span wise, I could probably touch both walls.
That's
And
not
it's
wrong with
perfect
that.
for my studio because it's cement around me. I shut the door. The only thing I hear occasionally is I hear the steps, the
Okay.
staircase. That's it. And if I'm singing, I piss off neighbors, which I've done. But but that's it. So what's the rest of today look like for you?
How about them Leafs? Is Milton Berle? What about them Leafs?
They're doing great this year, like better than usual. I can't believe the skill level now, Randy, of the young players in most sports.
I
They are
don't watch any sports.
oh, they are supreme athletes. If they were to play people from 20 years ago, they would just it'd be done. They'd be done. But I think
Uh,
a
Over the
lot of the
years, sports have really improved. And the players have got phenomenal. That's true. But anytime you see a bunch of millionaires running around in pantyhose and leotards trying to tell me how to live life, I don't believe I'm interested in that. I
well,
do not entertain zero. I watch nothing that has a ball in it.
mhm.
I wouldn't mind fishing, hunting, racing, but anything with a ball in it, I just find the egos are off the chain.
You like things outdoors too, I think, right? Like you
Yeah,
love sailing. So
something outdoors and
how
nice.
did you ease into that? Like
I didn't. I almost died. I bought a boat and went out in a storm and almost died my first time.
you're not joking, are you?
Oh no, I went out in a typhoon in my first sailing trip. Lucky to be alive.
And that was it for you.
Actually, that day, 20 people died in the region in Cebu that drowned during the storm.
So what were some of the thoughts in your head? Like, wow, I've enjoyed sailing. It's
No, I
been a
still
good
sail all the time, but now I'm careful about weather.
yeah. But some of the greatest fishermen in that have died on
Hmm.
sudden
Oh yeah,
and
it's not hard to die when you're in the sea, especially when you're on islands and tropical storms just come in at no. People don't know. It doesn't matter how good of a swimmer you are. When the ocean is upside down, sideways, you can't
mhm.
swim in that.
It's funny because you might appreciate this. So there's a little island and it's called Toronto Island and you don't own your land, you lease it. And there's a bunch of guys that have boats.
Hmm.
And I said to the one guy, I said, "Well, how old's your boat?" And he said, "Oh, it's 60 years old." And I went, "Oh." And I went, "What kind of shape is it in?" He said, "I could not move this boat." I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "You see where it is? It has not moved in 10 years. It's not moving." He said, it would be just boards out on the ocean there. We wouldn't make it. He said, and
Uh,
what it costs to fix it. So what a lot of people have done is they've bought these boats and then basically taken the top off and built a house up. It looks ridiculous, but that people are living in them. And I don't know how they don't tip over.
yeah, I've seen a lot of those. Mine's a
Ha-
racer, cruiser, ocean crossing, and racing boat that you can, stay in for a few days. So mine is very hard. It's harder than hell to go sailing. It's traumatic. It took me a while to learn, but now I can sail.
You know what I should do here? Because especially when I talk to you, I absolutely suck at the comments. So I'm just going to do this, and then people won't feel disrespected. There you go. See, Randy and I don't care if you're here.
I'm looking at the comments constantly. I just naturally pay
No, no,
attention.
I know you care. You used to give me shit for it all the time. I go, Michael, read the comments. That you have always been really good at engaging with your audience.
I
Really
see you're
good.
liking Restream. I highly recommend
Yeah,
that you try Prism. You can download it on your laptop and put
yeah,
it on your phone.
yeah. I'm happy where I am with all the things I'm doing on here. I give this a 9. I'm really happy, and I've already paid for it, so I'm fine.
Oh, if you already paid, don't worry about it.
I'm already yeah. They have once a year where you can get it for less than half, and I bought it for less than half. It was I think it was less than $100 for the whole year, and I use it daily. So
That's
it's
not
probably
bad.
one of the best investments I've ever made. And the quality is really stable, unlike Haps was. Haps was, oh my god, like you couldn't share anything on the screen with Haps. It was fade in and fade out. Do you remember that?
Yeah, Haps was a money laundering scheme. Not
Really?
laundering, but a scam. They raised investment money, and something was not righteous about that.
See, I disagree with you. I think it was never that. I think it was all about selling a program to a big corp, and they did that. And it was probably somebody like Restream or Meta who bought it. But it was what was it, almost $5 million invested in it.
It
To
was I don't know. It just, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I can't complain. I did well on it, and thanks to you, I made money. I learned a lot.
Yeah, I have no complaints either, but it just
I met some great
strange.
people. You know, I'll never forget the day that you talked to me about it, and you went, "There's a bunch of weirdos on there, and they're all like artsy fartsy, and you'll fit in perfect."
It works out. It's, you know, I really didn't have any problem with it. I just was confused on why they killed it.
Oh, I know why. They were pissed off because there were people that were on it all night sleeping, and I think the bandwidth problem kept going on and on. It's like Twitter to this day has a rough time making money, which is now X, but
Uh,
yeah, they're monsters on data and stuff like it's crazy the upkeep on that. Yeah, so I they were not cutting edge. They just weren't. They did some things right.
I don't know. When they first started, I liked the way it was. I didn't like the forward moving changes.
But even when it was at the beginning, the quality of it was fair. Or but the other thing is too, that's a few years ago, and maybe just everything is better.
Yeah, maybe.
It may have not been them. Maybe this is because of fiber optics and everything else, and things are just quicker. Yeah. So do you have you know anything about like full moons or the solar eclipse? We're in a full moon here. We just finished. Um,
Christopher Cross sailing.
that's one of the best songs ever, I think.
You know what? I highly advise you to try sailing.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
You want me to die on my first outing and go, hey, good luck.
Now, just watch your weather.
Watch your weather. I
I
thought
learned to
that.
sail in the hardest place in the world. You know, I'm in islands and typhoons and the tropics.
Hmm.
Even the French guy who was teaching me to sail told me, "You learn to sail here, you can sail anywhere in the world because it's the currents, the waves, the sudden storms. It's quite, it's quite hard."
It's expensive though, right, to maintain your boat,
Yeah, it costs money every year.
and then you got to pay for docking.
I pay $200 a month for a marina spot. It's not bad.
Yeah, yeah, but you don't live in your boat where some people would live in their boat.
No, I ain't gonna live in no damn boat. That's crazy.
Yeah.
A man in Toronto died in a sailing accident. Yeah, it happens all the time.
You know what we've had more than anything recently? Shootings.
Really.
Yeah, Canada never you would when I was a kid, you'd be rare to ever see a gun on the news anywhere. Where now, it's rampant. There's
Mhm.
all kinds of guns in Canada. So,
Toronto and all of Canada has a lot of great older guys that sail with the Americans from the Northeast.
yeah.
Actually, they helped one of the best brands in the world become popular called Nonsuch. There's a lot of good sailors over there. A lot of older guys that love sailing.
I have a couple friends who, they'll rent a boat, right? With someone who, and they'll have a party on it. But that's about the extent of their sailing. I have
Mhm.
guys that live on Toronto Island that I know, and they own a boat that doesn't move. And we've partied there as well. But yeah, I think you're right. the nature side of me, the wanting to connect, I think I would love it. Do you ever get seasick?
No, that's funny. Nobody in my family does. We go out in the worst conditions. Nobody gets sick at all.
Because I've heard horror stories where people do these cruises, right? And they
Yeah.
spend, a couple $1,000 to take the bride, their wife, their current girlfriend, and they spend half the time not feeling well, and it takes about 2 to 3 days to, adjust.
Yeah, I was actually shocked that nobody's gotten sick with us. And we really are out in questionable situations. And, my boat's only like 8 meters, so it's under 30 feet.
Yeah. What's your boat called?
I have the Rivet d'Amour. It's a French racer cruiser.
That's cool. Well, listen, I have to wind this up. I've got to do another call of sorts and start my day. But I
Have
just
a
wanted
wonderful day. Good to
yeah,
talk to
you.
you.
Thank you,
See you
buddy.
around.
Thank you for being available this morning.
All right.
All right. Thank you, folks. I just realized how late it is here. That was Randy W. Horton. If you can, please follow him, subscribe, like, share, leave comments, engage. He can be seen. I think his biggest platform is Twitch. Probably number 2 is YouTube. And he's so easy to find. Just go to your Google search, type in Randy W. Horton, and you will find yourself in millions of hours of content. Literally. He does, I think, about 2 to 3 hours of content each day. That might be actually light. I think on the worst day, he does at least an hour or so. But I met Randy, I would say about 3-4 years ago. And his influence on Facebook 3-4 years ago was insane. I think Facebook in some ways has changed. Because when you used to go live on Facebook, or you would bridge it, you would get people from all over the world, and it was really fluid. I'd never seen a rush of comments like I had seen in his broadcast. It was wild. It was like the new frontier to me. Something to reach, an unreachable goal. I don't think it's that way anymore. I think it's more of the steady eddies. More people watch these broadcasts after. So it really helps when you like, subscribe, share. So if you're checking out Randy W. Horton, make sure that if you're on his page on YouTube, that you like it, you share it, add a comment. And if you would ever like to be a guest on this show, just leave me an email and I'll show you what the email is. I'll type it in here for you. Here, just 1 second here. I was going to give you one I shouldn't give you. Here we go. All right, now I'll put it up on the screen. It helps when you have all the letters. Double checking it here. Yep. So if you ever want to contact me, this is probably your best bet. Right there. shoutmgb@gmail.com. And we will do our best. Thank you to everybody that is on, looks like mostly X. We had a few people from YouTube. YouTube, I find, is steady, and YouTube is a strange format. Randy and I have both gone through periods where we'll have a video that does nothing, then that topic is big. I'll give you a quick example before we go. I have this car video, the group, the Cars, and I posted it the first year. I maybe got 1,000 views. The first 5 years, I might have got 10,000 views. And then some of the members died in the band. Now I believe it's just shy of 4 million views. I never in a million years thought that would be my #1 video. It just happened to be something I had in my DJ kit from, I think, 83, 84, 1983, 84. So it just goes to show you never know the impact of the content that you're sharing each day, or the richness of the experiences that you have with certain individuals. I want to thank Milton for being here, as well as Ramsey. God bless you all. Until next time, keep shining even in the darkest places, and know on some level you have the ability to manipulate and change and elevate the energy